In ancient Egypt, the sun was very important. It gave light and warmth to the land. The Egyptians believed a powerful god controlled the sun. This god was named Ra. He was one of the most important gods in all of Egypt. Many people thought Ra was the king of all the gods. He was the creator of the world and everything in it. People believed he created humans from his own tears. Because he was so important, many pharaohs, the kings of Egypt, called themselves the son of Ra. This showed that they had a special connection to this great god and had the right to rule over the people. Ra was often shown as a man with the head of a falcon. A falcon is a strong bird that flies high in the sky. On top of his head, Ra wore a large, shining circle. This circle was the sun disk. It represented his power over the sun. A snake, called a uraeus, was often wrapped around the sun disk. This snake was a symbol of royalty and divine authority. It was ready to protect Ra from his enemies. The Egyptians built many large and beautiful temples to honor Ra. They gave him offerings and prayed to him every day, asking for his blessing and protection for their land and their lives. The people of Egypt saw Ra's power in the world around them every single day. The sun's light made the crops grow in the fields along the Nile River. This food was essential for everyone to live. The warmth of the sun was a sign of life and creation. Without the sun, Egypt would be a cold and dark place. For this reason, Ra was not just a god of the sky, he was a god of life itself. His presence brought order and prosperity to the world, pushing away the darkness and chaos that the ancient Egyptians feared so much. He was a central figure in their religion for thousands of years. The importance of Ra can be seen in how he was connected to other gods. Sometimes he was combined with another powerful god, Amun, to become Amun-Ra. This made him even more powerful and influential throughout the kingdom. Other times he was seen as the morning sun, Khepri, who was a scarab beetle rolling the sun into the sky. In the evening, he was Atum, the old creator god. These different forms showed that Ra was present at all times of the day, controlling the entire cycle of life, death, and rebirth. His worship was a fundamental part of what it meant to be an ancient Egyptian. Every day, the ancient Egyptians watched Ra make a great journey across the sky. They believed he traveled in a special boat called the Manjet, or the Boat of a Million Years. In the morning, he would rise in the east, bringing light and life to the world. Throughout the day, his boat sailed across the blue ocean of the sky. This journey was very important. It was a symbol of order and predictability in the universe. The people knew that as long as Ra sailed his boat, the world was safe and things were as they should be. It was a daily miracle that they never took for granted. When the sun set in the west, Ra's journey was not over. He then entered the underworld, a dangerous and dark place called the Duat. Here he changed boats, now sailing on the Sekhmet boat. In the underworld, Ra was no longer a falcon-headed man. He became a man with the head of a ram. He had to travel through 12 gates or regions, one for each hour of the night. This part of his journey was full of danger. He had to face many evil spirits and monsters. His greatest enemy was a giant snake named Apep, who tried to swallow the sun boat and bring eternal darkness to the world. The Eye of Ra was a very important concept connected to the sun god. It was not just his eye, it was a separate power, a force that Ra could send out to do his will. The Eye of Ra was seen as a female entity, often represented by a powerful goddess. This eye could act as a protector, but it could also be a destructive force. It was the fierce heat of the sun, a power that could both give life and take it away. While Ra was a source of creation, his eye was his agent of action and enforcement, a symbol of his immense and sometimes terrifying authority. It is important to know that the Eye of Ra is different from the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus, also known as the Wadjet Eye, is a symbol of healing, protection, and restoration. It is connected to the god Horus, who lost his eye in a battle with his uncle, Set. The Eye of Ra, on the other hand, is a symbol of the sun's raw power and is associated with violence and destruction, as well as protection. While both are powerful symbols from ancient Egypt, they represent different ideas and come from different stories about the gods. There is a famous story about the Eye of Ra getting very angry. In this tale, humans were plotting against the old and weary sun god Ra. When Ra found out about their rebellion, he became furious. He decided to punish humanity for their disrespect. To do this, he sent his eye to Earth. The eye took the form of a fearsome goddess. In many versions of the story, this goddess was Hathor, who transformed into the lioness-headed goddess of war and destruction, Sekhmet. She was sent to destroy those who had disobeyed Ra. Sekhmet was incredibly powerful and violent. She loved the taste of blood and began to kill people all over Egypt. Her rage was so great that she killed more people than Ra had intended. She would not stop her terrible rampage. Ra saw the destruction and felt sorry for the people he had created. He realized that if Sekhmet continued, all of humanity would be destroyed. He had to find a clever way to stop her before it was too late. He could not simply order her to stop because her anger was too powerful to control directly. So Ra came up with a plan. He ordered the people to brew a huge amount of beer. Then, he had them mix the beer with red ochre, a type of red clay, to make it look like blood. They poured this red beer all over the fields where Sekhmet was planning to continue her killing spree the next day. The plan was simple, but brilliant. It used Sekhmet's own bloodlust against her. The success of this plan would determine the fate of all the remaining people on Earth, who were hiding in fear from the angry goddess. The next morning, Sekhmet came to the fields, ready to continue her massacre. She saw the fields flooded with what she thought was blood. She was thirsty from her previous day's work and began to drink the red liquid greedily. She drank so much of the beer that she became very drunk and fell asleep. When she woke up, her anger was gone. She transformed back into the gentle and loving goddess Hathor. Humanity was saved, and Ra had taught them a lesson without completely destroying them. This story shows the dual nature of the Eye of Ra. It could be a fearsome destroyer but also a protector that could be pacified. After the story of her rage, the Eye of Ra became a powerful symbol of protection. The Egyptians believed that because the eye could be so destructive, it could also be used to scare away evil forces. The image of the eye was used as a protective amulet. People wore jewelry, like necklaces and bracelets, with the Eye of Ra on them. They believed this would keep them safe from harm, sickness, and evil spirits. Pharaohs in particular used this symbol a lot. The Uraeus snake on the king's crown was a representation of the Eye of Ra, always ready to spit fire at the pharaoh's enemies. The Eye of Ra was everywhere in ancient Egyptian art and architecture. You could find it carved on the walls of temples and painted inside tombs. These images were not just for decoration, they were meant to be magical, providing divine protection for the sacred spaces and for the people who entered them. Priests would perform rituals related to the Eye of Ra to protect the temple and the entire country of Egypt. Its presence on buildings was like having a divine guard, watching over everything and keeping chaos at bay. The symbol reminded everyone of the sun god's immense power. The story of the Eye of Ra shows how the ancient Egyptians understood the world. They saw that powerful things like the sun had two sides. The sun could help crops grow, but its intense heat could also cause drought and death. The Eye of Ra represented this duality perfectly. It was a force of both creation and destruction, a protective mother and a vengeful warrior. This complex understanding of divine power is a key part of ancient Egyptian religion. The gods were not simply good or evil, they were complex beings with different moods and roles, much like nature itself. Even today, thousands of years after the fall of ancient Egypt, the Eye of Ra remains a famous symbol. People are still fascinated by its beauty and its mysterious meaning. You can see it in modern jewelry, art, and movies about ancient Egypt. The Eye of Ra reminds us of a time when people had a deep connection with the natural world and saw the gods in the rising and setting of the sun. Its story of power, anger, and protection continues to capture our imagination, making it one of the most enduring symbols from the ancient world and a testament to the rich mythology of Egypt.